Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome back to another conversation, another tarot and astrology conversation here with Marilyn. Tarot and arts, we have our usual setup. I have pre-shuffled the cards. The messages are ready on the table. The reason why we are here today is our next big lunation. And this one is quite important and quite significant, and I can't wait to talk about that. We are approaching a full moon in the sign of Leo on the 12th of February. Today is the 4th of February, so we still have like a bit longer than a week to go. So you'll have plenty of time to listen to this video. Whenever it comes to the energies and when we can feel them and so on, like usually with the full moons, you can already feel certain tension or clearing of the energies or heightened energies and emotions a couple of days before the actual full moon. Then the peak would be on the 12th of February, and then we are going into the weekend and Valentine's Day and so on. So yeah, let's start with the cards we have on the table. We have Hiko here with us. He's beautiful, he's cute. Other cats, I think, are upstairs sleeping. So let's dive straight in. It's interesting that we have quite a few reversed cards on the table today, and I have left them in that position because I feel those energies. We have the Four of Swords in reverse, which is very much talking about getting out of your head, getting out from that meditative place and being ready to show up and step up and shine your light and that energy you accumulated. With the Page of Swords, which is the idea coming in, a breakthrough, awakening, a fresh and new chapter, fresh and new approach, very much of that Aquarian energy, as we still have the sun in the sign of Aquarius. We are talking about intellect, new approaches, new ideas, fresh energies, and so on. If you have followed like recent events, it's been like supercharged, emotionally charged week for me personally. There were like a major student protests in Serbia, and I lived half of my life there. I studied in Novi Sad, where we had like a major unhappy incident, and people are awakening, especially young people. There is a certain revolt that is happening for a long time, but now it's sort of like a peak. And what's happening? It's like they're rising, they're getting together. It's like super beautiful to see these young forces, new approaches, new ideas, new ways of organizing, right? These generations are generations that probably grew up with already mobile phones and so on, and they know how cleverly to use this opportunity that we have called technology in the best possible way. Obviously, they're rebellious against the government, that it's there for like decades now, that it's very suppressive, that it's very controlling, that it's very negative, manipulative, and so on, which is nothing new, I guess. It's not only Serbia. But what's happening now is finally the people are like really getting together and their voice is heard and they have the support. And as I said, it's been like super emotional just seeing those images and videos and messages that are coming up. And this is exactly what the Aquarian energy is about. What's happening now with the full moon, especially in a sign of Leo, there is that like peak of all this that has been like accumulating for a long time. We can talk about this on a personal level. We can talk about this on a community level, global level as well. So this is the time when those energies are coming up, and it's almost like not possible to ignore them. Leo is all about the courage. It's all about the love. Talking about the love, I have the Lovers card on the table, and it's been a while. I've seen this in a reading. In traditional tarot deck is represented by like two people being together, that's romantic love. But let's dig a little bit deeper and talk about unconditional love, love in general, love in all its shape and forms, that it is making us wake up in the morning and go and do things, being passionate about things you do, being passionate about your family, friends, pets, whatever it is, and really going from that place of heart. And this is exactly what Leo is about. Talking about that Leo energy and Lover's energy and the energy of choices, which the Lovers are very much about in Tarot as well, I do want to mention the few things that would be probably the best to pay attention to when we talk about Leo full moon, which can be very surprising, right? You might get like certain answers, you might get like certain truth will be relieved, like it's going to be very, very hard to hide under the full moon energy, ready or not. Like there's definitely news that are coming up, situations that are coming up, there is a clearing of the air, and so on and so on. So to use those energies the best and to take the most out of it, I would probably suggest, highlight 5 things that we can do for ourselves. And here we are talking about being honest with yourself, being true to yourself. That Lover's card is talking very much about the relationship you have with yourself as well, which is very, very important, and everything starts from there. Finish the old stories. Close the doors that are not helping you go forward any longer. And understand that you can create that healthy home within. Express yourself in a healthy way. Watch your ego. This is something that is very, very important, because we can see all of these like egoistic characters coming up to the surface. I'm not going to talk about like what's happening in US and America and all this stuff, but like when you look at globally, like those unhealthy egos are so like negative on like for our society in general. Allow yourself to forgive, let go, and move on. This is really going to help you to be like feeling at home wherever you are, and this is something I want to talk about as well. But also let's like just highlight those 3 like most important elements of Leo, which are like self-confidence, creativity, and inner strength, and how we can use those the best. I was talking about truth coming to the surface and breakthroughs, awakening, understanding. The most powerful card in Tarot they talk about is the Judgment card. Rising from the grace, rising to the sound of the angels, rising to the sound of the higher self. And when we all do that, like this energy is so powerful. And as I said, we had the proof of this, like especially last week, last few months, and so on. And I'm excited to see how this will develop. And I'm sure that it's not useless. And I do expect certain outcomes out of this. As always, with every major arcana, we are talking about very significant and important events that we are going through. With the Judgment card, we are talking about karmic cycles, closures, and beginning of the new ones. The energy of Virgo the Hermit, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding that comes from within. This card showed up in a reverse. This is another reverse card that I mentioned. And I want to keep it in this way because it is the time to get out of the shell and shine that authentic light. We have done enough work. We have done enough reflection. We have done enough of that, like what is right and what is wrong and what is true to me, which is so important. So it's really like beautiful time to connect to that place of heart chakra, soul, and show up from that place. Next card is the World. What else we expect? Like this is the finalizing the chapter, closure of a cycle, and being ready for the new one. Let me just try and see if I can zoom this better for you so you can see how beautiful this illustration is. Each symbol on this particular card in the corner represents something important and unique. The bull is that Taurus energy that we have on the side, which is stability and grounding and strength. Then we have the Leo here in the corner. I hope you can see it, which is that Leo energy that we are talking about. Confidence, beauty, love. Leo is ruled by Venus by the end of the day. We have the like fiery energy there. But it's like, how do we use it, which is very, very important. Then you have a bird or falcon or an eagle here on this side, which is very much about the vision. How do we see that ideal world? And that angelic figure is divine energy, support, inspiration, higher self. And then obviously we have that feminine figure, beautiful feminine energy in the middle. This is that divine mother, nurturing, and so on and so on. Some absolutely beautiful cards on the table. There are also like few cards that are from the element of Pentacle, which is more of that earthly energy, and those are minor arcana cards, which are representing minor energies that we are dealing with. But it's probably, it will be worth mentioning them. So we have the King of Pentacles, which is the King of stability, grounding, practicality. There is a wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And this tells me that we're in a safe place to deal with whatever is coming our way. And there are some big events coming, definitely. Like we are still in this like sort of wintry vibe, but we are getting ready for what's coming in with spring energy, and March and April specifically, where we are starting the eclipse season. And I'll be talking about the eclipses in separate video because these are very significant in a Virgo and Pisces axis, and these are like super spiritual signs, and I love them both. I love talking about those energies. So what we are doing now, we are preparing the healthy place to deal with whatever is coming, right? And we can definitely do that. Like those are like big forces and big energies, but there are definitely ways of how to go through them in the best possible way. Talking about it, we have the Four of Pentacles, the card that talks about stability, structure, grounding, and what do I need to be in that place of like comfort in a way as well. But it's also like, where do I hold on to the outcomes, and where do I block my energy, and just like a natural flow. That's probably the main meaning of the card, Four of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles as well. I always love seeing the Five of Pentacles, even though the illustration may look a little bit like what's going on. And this is quite interesting. Like I was talking about the events and the protests that are happening. They're happening in Serbia. They're still happening as we speak. So there is that theme of like, so basically the students decided to walk like 80 kilometers from Belgrade to Novi Sad, and these two towns are very, very important in my personal life as well, because I studied in Novi Sad, and my family, my brother lives in Belgrade and so on, so I've been like back and forth there as well as a student too. So this was like a very physically challenging thing to do, but they went onto the journey. They went through that energy of number 5. And what happened, they connected all these people, they connected all these like spirits that awoken and rised, and it was so powerful and so emotional. You know, so this is what we're talking about. The energy that comes after Five of Pentacles is the Six of Pentacles, which is about care and share, equal give and take, healthy relationships. And this is all we want and all we ask for, healthy relationships within yourself, within your family, within your friends, within your community, within your country, government, world, right? It starts from small, right? It starts from within. It starts from that one individual, and then it grows. It's like a drop in the water, and then you get a river, and then you get the ocean, and so on. Last card, and the surprise card I left for the very end, is from the Osho Star deck, and what we have is the existence. Purity, represented by that like nude lady, woman, I don't know if you can see that, staring at the sky, staring at infinite, sitting on the lotus flower, which represents that stability and grounding, and safe place to be. What is the purpose of being on this journey called life, right? So this is beautiful card to finish this conversation with. Once we are clean and clear, we can see tremendous love falling on us from all dimensions. when we are true to ourselves, when we go from that place of purity, this is what we get in return as well. And I really strongly believe that this is the best time, and it's about the time to talk about these things and connect to those messages and connect to those energies and so on and so on. I'm going to leave you with those, with these cards probably. It's been 15 minutes already. I'm trying to make my videos shorter so you guys have time to listen to them. I would appreciate if you hit that like, share, and comment. I would like to hear your thoughts on everything that is happening, and also any suggestions like how we can go and continue and do these videos. I'm very open to that as well. I do have quite a lot of events coming up, and I'll be talking about this later. So I'm wishing you all happy full moon, and speak very soon. Bye for now.